Today we are going to be talking about main idea and supporting details. Another way to say main idea is central idea. So if you see main idea and then the next time you see central idea, just know that they are the same. So I know you guys have seen this poster before. We've talked about this at the beginning of the school year. Main idea is what the text is mostly about. So we'll look at our pizza analogy. The whole pizza is our main idea. That is the main product. All of the little toppings are the details. So pepperoni is detail number 1. It supports the main idea of the pizza. And then you have mushrooms and peppers or something that are other details that back up what this main idea is saying. There are 4 ways to find a main idea. 1, you're going to look at your title and headings. This is why text features are so important. They really help to find out what that author is trying to tell you. 2, you're going to look at the pictures. Pictures and captions can help you find your main idea. Here you're going to look for words used more than once. So if they are repeated, if we have repetition, words used more than once, it must be important. It's going to help you find your main idea. And lastly, you can reread, which means to read again, the first and last sentence. Because your author may give you the main idea in your first sentence or your last sentence. So when we're talking about informational text, main idea and supporting details help us summarize informational text. When looking at today's informational text, we can try and find the main idea by looking at either the title and headings, which here we only have a title. We can look at the photograph. It does not have a caption. We can look for repeated words, or we can look at the first and last sentence. So let's try and find the main idea of this before we read, because I want you to read it on your own. We're going to try and find what the main idea of this passage may be. So looking at the title, Interesting Facts About Dolphins. Does that seem like what this passage will be about? I think so. Let's try looking at the photograph. Here we have dolphins. That lets us know what the topic may be, but it doesn't really give us the main idea of the passage. Let's look for repeated words. I'm seeing the word dolphins multiple times. Again, that gives us our topic, but doesn't give us specifically what this text is telling us about dolphins. And then we can look at the first and last sentence. So, did you know that dolphins sleep with one eye open? Do you think that's what this entire text will be about? Probably not. They'll probably mention some things about it and then move on. Our last sentence reads, this sound from that very moment becomes the name of the newborn dolphin. Again, that's not what this entire text is about. So our title here is where we can find our main idea. When summarizing informational text, we want to use our 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. So remember, a summary retells the most important event or the most important information in your own words. So I like to say a summary is short, sweet, and to the point because it's only 3 to 5 sentences. You don't want a really long summary. You only want to include the main idea and 3 supporting details. So the purpose of a summary is to show that you understand the main idea of the text. So how to summarize nonfiction. Again, you're going to use this who, what, when, where, why strategy. So you will tell who or what is in your informational text. That will be your topic. Next, what is the author telling you about that topic? Only the important events. Thirdly, when did these events occur or when did they happen? Next, you will add where did they happen? And finally, you will wrap up your summary with why did they happen? Why did those events happen? We're not going to worry about number 6 there on the wrist, how. We're just going to focus on those 5 W's. Number 2, you're going to retell this information in your own words. 3, you're going to retell it in a logical order, which means you're going to go in the order in which it happened. You're not going to put it out of order. And then you're going to leave out unimportant details. So that is probably the most important part. You want to leave out unimportant details because we want our summary to be only 3 to 5 sentences, which means that we only need to squeeze in what's important and what backs up our main idea. So on the next slide, we are going to get into our informational text about dolphins.